Good morning, everybody. Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to today's video. All right, so I thought today we would talk a little bit about some of our upcoming cruises, kind of give you guys a schedule. I've had some questions, hey, what cruises are we booking? What cruises do we have coming up? So I thought today I would talk about that. Currently driving into town. We finally got some rain here in Texas. At least in our area, we got a little bit, which is really, really good because it has been droughty. I don't even know that droughty is a real word, but it's been real dry and real hot for a long, long time. So a little bit of rain, a little bit of relief for us. Temperature's down, but I got to run into town and do some errands. So I thought we'd kind of talk about this as we go. So we have several upcoming cruises. We have 3 more here in 2022. Next month for my birthday, we're going to be on Royal Caribbean's Grandeur of the Seas, departing out of Galveston, Texas. Now, one of the things I really like about cruising is the cruise ships themselves. I like to try a different ship every time if I can, just see what's on board, how they're decorated, the atmosphere, the activities, the food, the entertainment. And while I love cruise ports and visiting places, one of my personal favorite things, of course, is the ships themselves. So we picked Grandeur of the Seas because it's a Royal Caribbean, because it's one of Royal Caribbean's smaller ships. So it's going to be a different atmosphere than any of the other Royal Caribbean ships we've been on. It's smaller, older, more intimate. So really looking forward to that. And for each one of these ships, I'll put the specific date here on the screen. That way you guys know exactly what dates we're going to be on those ships. In case you want to come up, say hi, anything like that to us. We always appreciate meeting people while we're on the cruise ships. So after the Grandeur of the Seas, I'm going to be doing Carnival Ecstasy. Now, Carnival Ecstasy, I picked that cruise because it is the Ecstasy's final sailing ever. I'm going to be on the October the 10th sailing. It is her final sailing ever. The Carnival brand ambassador, John Heald, is going to be on board that particular sailing. So I'm looking forward. I'm hoping for an opportunity to meet him and just to be there to document the final sailing of a cruise ship. Now, this particular sailing, though, is going to be some firsts for me. Some stuff I've never done before. I'm going to be sailing out of Mobile, Alabama, and I've never sailed out of Mobile before. So that's a first. This is also going to be my very first solo cruise ever. Tiffany is not going to be going with me on this sailing. She just couldn't get the time off from work. So I am going to be going by myself. So that's going to be a first. I've never sailed without her before. So that's going to be interesting because normally, her and I, we share everything when it comes to cruising. We do it together. So like I said, it's going to be different. It's going to be a little strange, being the very first time I've ever gone on a sailing without her. And it's also going to be my first time ever on a fantasy class ship. So I've never sailed on a Carnival fantasy class ship. So I'm looking forward to checking out that, the Mobile cruise port, and of course being my very first solo cruise. Then at the end of October, we're going to go on the Carnival Breeze for a Halloween cruise. Now this cruise is going to be a whole bunch of events kind of all put together. So it's a kind of like a family group cruise. There's a total of about 30 people that are going to be going on this particular cruise. It is also for one of the kids. We had one graduate high school this year. His birthday is also in October. So we asked him, hey, what do you want for your graduation present? And he said, hey, I want a graduation birthday present. I want to go on a cruise. I want to go on a cruise at Halloween. And then, like I said, there was a family group cruise kind of building up all at the same time. And so, boom, kind of came together, checks all kinds of boxes at one time. And boom, so we're going out on the Carnival Breeze at the end of October. Now, we have been on the Carnival Breeze before. So this one is actually our first repeat cruise ship. Since we were on the Carnival Breeze last September, and that was actually our very first cruise ship that we went on after the restart. But it's going to be a Halloween cruise this time. Halloween activities, Halloween decorations. We're actually going to be on board on Halloween, so that should be fun. different, something new to see with some new activities. And that's going to be our last 3 cruises here in 2022. Then we're going to come home for the holidays. It is harder for Tiffany to get time off during the holidays because of the nature of where she works. So we're going to stay home for the remainder of the holidays of 2022 after these 3 cruises. And then we're going to start the 2023 cruise season. So for 2023, we're going to start off in January. We actually have 2 cruises going out in January. Well, I have 2 cruises going out in January because one of those is going to be a solo cruise, and then Tiffany's going to join me on the second one. So my first one in January is going to be Royal Caribbean's Allure of the Seas. Now, I have never been on an Oasis class ship before, but Royal Caribbean's opening the new cruise terminal in Galveston, Texas, moving the Allure of the Seas to Galveston, Texas. So naturally, I've got to get on this ship because I want to try out an Oasis class ship. So the Allure, of course, is going to be a solo cruise, and y'all are going to have to forgive some of the bumpiness that's showing up in this video. I know I'm right in the middle of talking about Allure of the Seas, but there's some bumpiness in this video. I am driving, so I apologize for that. The roads out here in the country are not the best. But back to Allure of the Seas. So yeah, I'm going to go out on Allure of the Seas, try out an Oasis class ship. Something I'm looking forward to. I don't know yet if I'm going to like these large mega-sized ships, but I'm never going to know until I get out there and I try one. And since Royal Caribbean's going to bring one close to home here for me, definitely going to get out there and try it. And then also in January, and this one is purely for Tiffany, this is to help Tiffany with her cruise bucket list items, we have booked another Disney cruise. So we're going to be going out on the Disney Magic, which will give Tiffany her 4th Disney cruise ship. She's already been on the Fantasy, she's already been on the Dream, she's already been on the Wonder, so now we're going to take her out on the Disney Magic. Disney, I know, is not everybody's favorite. I know it's not the top of everybody's list, but they had some really good deals and some actually decent pricing for January of 2023. So we went ahead and jumped on that cruise for her. That is her favorite cruise line. She loves Disney, an absolute Disney fan. I'm sure you guys know, if you watch any of our videos in the past, you always see her Mickey Mouse purse. She's got her Minnie Mouse backpack that you see in all of the videos. She is an absolute Disney fan. So she is going on her Disney cruise in January. Now in April of 2023, we're going to go on our very first Princess cruise. Now, weird the way it worked out, but this is actually the second Princess cruise we've ever booked, but it's going to be the first one we've ever gone on, because initially we had booked the Discovery Princess for Alaska, which we're still on, but that one is actually after this one. So we booked it second, but it's going to be our first one. So in April, we're going to go on the Ruby Princess. And this one is going to be an 80s themed cruise. So it's a themed cruise, 80s, which we always really like the 80s deck parties and, the glow stick nights and all that kind of neon bright colors and everything that goes along with the 80s. So actually pretty excited to see how an 80s themed cruise goes. It'll be our first themed cruise. It's going to be our first cruise on Princess. So, more first. Try to get first every single time we book a cruise. Something new, something different. But yeah, so that's going to make this one our very first Princess cruise ever. So looking forward to trying out Princess Cruise Lines. I've heard really good things, great atmosphere, great food. So that one's going to be in April of 2023. Then we come back from that one. We're home for a couple weeks. And then we're going on our big bucket list cruise that we've been waiting for, because we've had it canceled on us one time before due to the pandemic. But we are going to Alaska. So in May of 2023, on board the Discovery Princess, we are doing our very first ever Alaskan cruise. So that one, of course, departs out of Seattle, Washington, 7 days, going to all the normal Alaska stops: Skagway, Ketchikan, Juneau, gonna see the glaciers. Hopefully the issues at Skagway are corrected by then. But that's definitely a bucket list cruise item. It's one we've tried to go on before. Like I said, we've had it canceled before. And of course, we got all the Alaska requirements. We got a nice balcony cabin. That way we can enjoy, see all of the scenery, record all the scenery, and share that with everybody. So our final cruise for 2023 is going to be on board the Carnival Jubilee. Now, we are not going to be on her inaugural sailing. Again, Tiffany just can't get that off. That's right over Thanksgiving. And with work schedules and stuff, we just couldn't get on board the inaugural sailing. So we are doing the second sailing on the Carnival Jubilee out of Galveston, Texas, which honestly is probably a better choice anyway. They can do the first sailing, get all the kinks out of it. We'll get on the second sailing and enjoy that one. Let them work out all of the, goofiness that's going to go on with all of that. All right, and that is going to be the complete list of our currently booked cruises for the remainder of 2022 and 2023. Now, there are a couple other cruises I am still looking at, and a couple of other ones I am definitely still interested in, but I have not booked them yet. So Royal Caribbean's Radiance of the Seas is going to be sailing out of Galveston in 2023, and she has some pretty interesting itineraries, particularly ones leaving from Galveston. Galveston, a lot of times you just get the Western Caribbean side, which is, Cozumel, Mexico, Belize, Honduras, things like that. You don't get a whole lot of unique itineraries out of Galveston. But in this case, the Radiance has a couple of unique itineraries that go places that you don't normally see out of Galveston, including one that actually goes all the way over to Coco Cay, Royal Caribbean's private island. So looking at Radiance of the Seas, Harmony of the Seas is supposed to be coming to Galveston at the end of 2023. So looking forward to that one. And Voyager of the Seas is supposed to replace Adventure of the Seas. So that's another cruise ship to try out coming into Galveston. So you got those right there. And then at the end of 2023, we are supposed to get, for at least for a little while, the Norwegian Prima, which is one I'm looking very hard at, because the opportunity to sail on one of Norwegian's cruise ships and for us to try Norwegian Cruise Lines for the first time, period. So we may still be adding some more to 2023, but this is the list as it is right now, ones that are actually booked and that we are 100% for sure going to be on. So if anyone's booked on those cruises, and like I said, you just want to come up, you just want to say hi, introduce yourself, we take some pictures together. Yeah, you can be on the channel, if do a video with us if you want to. We're just happy to meet people, say hi, and get to know everybody, other than through just the comments in the videos. Just a summary of our upcoming cruises, where we're going to be, what you guys are going to see from us in the future, because of course, we'll do videos from on board the ship. We'll do the ship tours, food tours, all that kind of stuff from on board the ships. So that's what's going to be coming up from us and from the channel here over the next several months. But I hope everyone has enjoyed today's video. If you have, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so yet, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. It is free to do so. Helps our channel grow. Let you know anytime we put out a new video. Hope everyone out there is having a really great day, has themselves a really great week. And like always, we will see you out on the high seas next month.